Howdy folks, and welcome back to World of Tanks with the mighty Jingles. Today it's all about Brothers in Arms, and that's the achievement that the game gives you when each member of your platoon gets at least 3 kills and survives to the end of the game. We're starting off in the M36 Jackson, or at least that's what Wargaming are calling it this month. When this thing was introduced into the game it was just the M36. Then a couple of patches later they changed the name and started calling it the Slugger. And then a couple of patches later they changed the name and now it's the Jackson. And yet if you go into the game files and you look at the replays it's called the Slagger. So yeah, who knows what name it'll have next month. And it's not a bad machine. It's an American Tier 6 tank destroyer. Down there there's the Hellcat, the other American Tier 6 tank destroyer. Or it was, before Quickie Baby finished him off, scoring the first kill of the game, and the first one for the platoon. And if you asked most people which machine they'd rather be driving, the Jackson or the Hellcat, most people would say the Hellcat, because the Hellcat is so ridiculously fast, and has exactly the same gun as the Jackson, a 90mm gun. But the Jackson isn't slow. I mean, it'll do 42 kilometers per hour. It just isn't as ridiculously fast as the Hellcat. So, given that they've both got the same gun, what does the Jackson have that the Hellcat doesn't? And the answer to that is armour. The Jackson has 114mm of hull armour at the front. And yet, most people would still go for the Hellcat. 114mm of armour isn't terrible, but it's not going to keep you safe from many Tier 6 guns, and this is a Tier 6 tank destroyer. In fact, the average penetration of a Tier 5 medium tank, for example, is around about 110mm, so it's only really going to protect you even from a Tier 5 medium 6 times out of 10. So the Hellcat is definitely the weapon of choice for most people when it comes to Tier 6 American tank destroyers, because it just has the speed to get you out of trouble that the Jackson's armour won't. And this, believe it or not, sits in the American non-turreted tank destroyer, despite the fact that, as you can see, it very clearly has a turret. The machine you get after this, the T-25AT, doesn't have a turret. The machine you get after that, the T-28, doesn't have a turret. The T-95, the T-110E3. Now I've got some catching up to do here. Quickie Baby and Ike are both on 2 kills each, and we're being capped, and we're losing tanks. Enemy team have got us firmly on the back foot. They're capping, they're winning 8-10. Now you'll note that you don't have to win the game to get a Brothers in Arms medal. The platoon just have to get 3 kills each and survive. But of course, you know, winning is better. Enemy KV-1S up there has suddenly decided that sitting in the middle of an open cap circle when we all come running back to get him is not the best place to be. Ike nails him. I've definitely got some catching up to do here. I'm sitting here on 1 kill, and there's a KV-1. And this is why most people would rather have the speed of the Hellcat than the armour of the Jackson, because even angled, KV-1 is still penetrating my front. And I can't afford to sit here trading shots with the KV-1. And then suddenly a wild Stug appears. And I clutch that shot, and by some miracle it actually goes mostly where I aimed it. So there's my 2nd kill. I just can't get that Electo because of the slow turret traverse of this thing, which is no faster than the very, very slow turret traverse on the Hellcat, if we're going to be completely fair. And now we're capping, and I need to get another kill. There's a 361H down there. He looks like he's attempting to reset the cap. And we aim, and we aim. Oh, you've got to be joking. Bad KV2. My kill. Damn you. Right, 2 of them left. Panzer IV, who's there, on very, very low health. He's rushing back to reset the cap. The SU-100 is just hiding and has given up. So, and there's too many obstacles between myself and this Panzer IV shooting from here. I'm going to have to motor. There he is. Got to get him before those guys in the cap circle take a bead on him. Come on. Daddy needs a new pair of shoes. Booyah! 41-point kill. I am not proud. I'll take it. And there's the brothers in arms. 3 kills for every member of the platoon. And managed to survive until the guys in the cap circle finished it. IS-3. Tier 8 Russian heavy tank. Strong tank. Russian tank. Best tank in the game. Okay. That was funny when Side Strafe did it. It's not so funny when I do it. We're here on Siegfried Line, and you know, I barely had to leave the cab circle for the first target to pop up. And yeah, that one went right through. IS-3 is such a beast of a machine. You know, even in a tier 9 game, this is a strong tank. BL9 gun, great. Frontal armour, great. Side armour, surprisingly trollish. Spaced armour above the tracks. The tracks themselves just chew up shot after shot after shot. It is a very, very strong machine. That, unfortunately, is never going to penetrate, even if I hit it. Panthers, not known for their fantastic side armour. But at that kind of angle, you don't have to have good side armour. 70 degrees is the auto bounce angle, where it doesn't matter the thickness of the armour, 70 degree, it's going to bounce. And that's why you can fire at a ELC AMX from the side with a 90mm, 105mm gun. And your shot is still going to ricochet. Depends on the angle at which it strikes the target. Haven't got a clue where that one went. Might have hit that sloped part of the upper glacis and just ricocheted right off up. That one went through, of course. Slugger, no. Fully aimed. Finish off the 3601. Slugger, sorry, it was a Hellcat. What am I talking about? He's backing off. I don't really have a shot. Instead, I'll take... No. Ike finishes him off in his Persian. Good stuff. Straight into the town. Get stuck in. Heavy brawling tank. Let's do it. Oh dear, you've just fired, so I can take my time on that one. And then suddenly, a wild KV fortress appears around the corner. But this T-34... Oh, okay, you know, you turn, you give me a better shot at the front of your tank. I'll take it. I'm not proud. Now this KV-4 makes a huge mistake. Look where he stops. All he can shoot from there is my tracks, because there's a huge stone column between his gun and me. And he stays there, gets tracked, and that just seals his fate. Now, I can't really complain too much, but 390 average damage on this BL9 gun, and it hasn't rolled above average yet. Does it again, costs me the kill on the T-34, and I get a bit too bloodthirsty here, and oh, that could have been bad, but my tracks eat the shot. Aim for the Lerva's lower plate, but the shot goes low, ricochets off the bottom of the tank into the ground. But some backup has arrived. All of his friends are deserting him. Come on. Quickie baby nails that one. My driver's hurt, but Lerva did manage to do some damage. And there's another one. Okay. I can get one shot into him before he reloads. and then back up. And rather than... I mean, you know, the IS-3 is strong from the front, but the Löwe can penetrate you. So rather than trading shots with him from the front, IS-3 is a pretty mobile machine. Certainly more mobile than the Löwe. Oh, hello. British tank destroyer out there who seems to be AFK. Come on, steal the kill. No, not quite. And again, I've got some catching up to do here. I mean, I've done 4,300 damage, but I've only got 2 kills. Everybody else on the platoon's on 3. Now, this AT-8, AFK or not, the BL-9 gun has 215mm of penetration. He has 203mm of frontal armour, and it is at quite long range. The BL-9 is also not very accurate, so I don't really have much of a chance of aiming at and hitting any of his weak spots. So instead, I load high explosive, just to make sure I'm going to do some damage. And there's brothers in arms. Now all they have left is a Hellcat and an AMX-48. The AMX-48 can be tricky. It doesn't have a lot of health. But the frontal armour is 150mm thick, and it's sloped back at 45 degrees. And as you can see, even with 215mm of penetration, you can still bounce off the front of that thing. So I think, screw this. Let's load the old high explosive. I mean, I was doing well over 100 damage to the front of that AT-8 with HE. And he has 203mm of armour. Hellcat's dead. There's just this 48 left. T-34 there's not interested in taking another hit. Around the corner. 35 damage? Screw that. Ike, kill him. Thank you. And there's another brothers in arms. Right then, time for one more. KV-2 this time, with the 152mm derp cannon. Foch is in his 3001H, and Sircon in the Dicker Max. We're on Prokhorovka, Tier 6 game. The derp cannon hungers. So many targets on the enemy team you can one-shot kill with this gun. This is quite an early game I played in the KV-2 when I rebought it. You can see my ammo load is split between armor piercing and high explosive. I don't carry nearly as many armor piercing shots these days. But when you know, in a top tier game, because the penetration of those armor piercing shots isn't fantastic. 110. Yeah, 110's not bad, but even though the penetration's 86 on the high explosive, which is good enough to get through the armor of most things tier 5 and below. And it does 910 average damage. But while the damage output is lower on the armor piercing, as you can see, 700 as opposed to the 910. It does at least have 110mm of penetration. The thing with the HE though is even if you miss, all you have to do is get that shot close enough and you're going to do about 300 splash damage to them. For example, KV-1S, mostly stock, but that's a non-penetrating hit. And that's why the KV-2 is still useful, even in a tier 8 game. You're never going to penetrate anything tier 8 that you're shooting at with this thing, but you don't have to penetrate with high explosive ammo. The average damage of the HE is so high, you're going to do 300 to 400 damage anyway. 86mm of penetration on the HE cell. Yeah, that's good enough to get through the side of a Panzer IV-S. And completely obliterate it. So, you know, 2 kills here. 1 each for Sircon and Foch. These guys are going to have to hurry up. I can't carry them all day. Come on, guys, catch up. There's a KV-1S down there on 18 health, and I really, really do begrudge having to shoot at machines on such low health with a shell that can do 910 damage and takes 20 seconds to reload. So somebody else, please kill that KV-1S. Oh, here comes Sircon. He's not proud. He's got no pride. He'll take an 18 health kill, no problem. Oh, an M8. Oh, that's a one shot for a Dickomax. He's got him. Sircon's. Oh, we're on 2 kills each. Foch has nailed another one as well. T28 down there running for his life. Circumflex has just nailed a 3001p. He's now on 3 kills. Damn, I'm going to have to do some catching up here. 3001p just... I believe that's tech speak for sticking 2 fingers up at somebody. Quite inventive, actually. That's the first time I've ever seen that one. This is a patch 8.7 replay, by the way, in case you were wondering. Well, it looks like we've cleared the spit of land on the other side of the river. There's only 5 of them left. Man. Right. I need to kill 1 more tank. There's targets up everywhere, but they're all on very low health, and my aiming time... KV-1S is dead, the Leopard's dead, there's only 3 of them left now. Oh, come on, give me something to shoot at. I want to kill something. M7? No. Wolverine. M7 got spotted first, so everybody will be aiming at him. Wolverine's also further away. Come on, come on. Side of the Wolverine. Yes! There we go, brothers in arms. Now we just have to not die. 2 of them left. Who's going to get the M7? Oh, Foch gets him. Foch is on 4 kills as well. Actually, hang on. 1 more and we get crucial contribution. We're on 11 kills. Leopard didn't spot the artillery up there. I'm not convinced. I'm sure he's in those bushes. Type T-34 saying, yeah, check out the woods back there. Nah, we've been down there. That guy is hiding. He's in this corner. Foch is moving up to flush him out. It's just a question of who's going to get the kill. I'm pre-aimed. But Foch has got the Conish. And it's got a quick aiming time. And Foch gets him. And there you go. Crucial contribution and brothers in arms. The enemy 3001p driver seems quite upset. As always, folks, take care on that battlefield. And I'll catch you next time. Unless, of course, I don't catch you. In which case, I'll catch you the time after that.